Trying to reconnect. All right, now we're live. Say hello, Patty Sheets.
Hello, Alex.
What's
How are
up?
you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Flower Mound.
Flower Mound Tech. I was going to do another like, hey, are we in Miami or where are we? But you gave it away.
Sorry.
We're in Flower Mound, Texas.
Yeah.
Let me do my introduction. Hello, everybody. My name's Alex Vidal. I am Regional Vice President for Coldwell Banker here in Dallas-Fort Worth, including one amazing city, Flower Mound, my neighbor city to South Lake. And today we are sitting with one of my favorite people in DFW because if there is somebody who radiates positivity, energy, and is an energy provider, not an energy drainer, it is Patty Sheets.
I've been known to be that way, yes.
I love it. I love
you.
it. Well,
Thank
that's
you.
one of the reasons why you've been successful 3 times over.
That's great. Yes, indeed. Well,
all right, Patty, you
thank
ready?
you. Yeah, I am. Thanks for having me.
No, are you kidding me? Thanks for coming on. We've been trying to get this on for a while. So, all right, Patty, so those that are watching, we have audiences in Texas. We have audiences in Florida. 30 seconds or less. Who's Patty Sheets?
Patty Sheets is a driven individual. I love being around people. I love putting things together. I have made matches and marriages, not mine, but others. I have put people with houses, and I love it. I love the whole process, and I love meeting people and making great friends and longtime customers.
So, Patty, you now have been successful in Charlotte, Houston, and now Dallas-Fort Worth. Adding all those years up, how many years have you been in the business?
Been in business, originally licensed in 2006.
Okay.
Took a few years off when we moved originally with a corporate reload twice with the kids, and became licensed again in Texas in 2015. So a few years in Charlotte and now 6 years here in Texas.
Okay. So one of the things I want to talk about, because one of the things, with zero preparation for this, by the way. I didn't even have the intro typed up when we got started.
And wind.
So, and I love it, and it's actually made the series so much more fun by not having it prepared. So my first question is, we are both relocation people. Like, I relocated here, you relocated here, corporate reloads. I know you do a lot of reload business, but DFW is a very, well, Texas is the fastest growing state in the country. DFW is the largest metropolitan area in Texas, 4th largest in the country. So we're seeing a huge lion's share of this. Talk to me, how do you work with reload clients?
I treat them the way I wanted to be treated, because number one, when you relocate to a new city, new state, it's stressful. There's high stress. There's high stress in selling the home that you're moving from, and then you're trying to evaluate a market that's crazy. So you really want to work with them as partners.
Sure.
You have to be partners. Teach them about the area and be patient with them and explain that it is a process, and your job is to take the stress away from them as much as you can, and you're a resource. Really.
What do you do, like, from the initial consultation? Do you mind? I want to explore this reload piece a little bit.
That's fine.
Because I know a lot of the DFW realtors that are watching this are getting calls from California. They're getting calls from Chicago,
Absolutely.
New York, everywhere.
Absolutely.
And they may not even be reloads. Like, we have friends that just decided to literally pick up and move here one day to the other. So walk me kind of through that process that you're working with these buyers. Like, you're on the phone. What are you doing? And then are you sending them anything? How does that work?
Typically, each one is a little different, because if you're working with a corporate reload, we move twice corporately. There's different parameters and different packages and different levels. So corporate-wide, there's proprietary information. But if someone is just calling to reload, usually the first thing I'll do is just introduce myself, tell them a little bit about me, and let them know that I personally have reload twice corporately, from Charlotte to Houston, then Houston here. And then you get an idea really of, sometimes they don't even know where they want to move. Sometimes they'll just say, I just want to be maybe close to DFW. Well, that means a lot of things, because all of our communities are so close. So you get a feel for, are they commuting to work? Are they working from home? Are they looking for schools? And you just provide as much reference to them as you can, and then you get down to the brass tacks of, what's your budget? Do you need a 2-story, a 1-story? And then you can drill in from there. But what I tell my clients is, all the time, I will say, initially, I will cast a super wide net. You tell me the basics, we'll cast it, we'll get on a portal, we'll be partners online, and we'll drill down, and then we'll find the right thing.
Yeah. So it really goes beyond just being a realtor showing them home. It's really being their consultant, their move consultant to the area.
It really, in my opinion, I think that works best.
Now, what I love about that is you're great at buyers, but I really want to dig into the listing side, because you're a listing machine, and we're on this big kick right now within Coldwell Banker of just one more. That if we could get one more listing than what we had last year, we're going to be so much further ahead. We're going to get to that in a minute. Talk to me, Houston, Charlotte, Dallas. What are the common denominators? What did you do in each city that you're still doing that just really led to your success?
I'm myself all the time. I'm all myself. I'm very outgoing, very personable, and I think once you can you're a relatable person, people get to know, like, and trust you, and that's the first thing. The markets are typically the same. They're all beautiful cities, growing cities, but really, I just keep in touch with them all. That's the best thing I can do. Is every contact you make, keep in touch with them. Keep talking to them. Yeah.
So, be in the business of the contact sport. Be yourself. Be authentic.
And don't be a secret agent.
Yeah.
What's been great is that every client that I make, or friend, or family, or referral partner knows what I'm doing all the time, and they'll send people. The people come to Dallas. They'll say, "Patty, you're my contact there." So, and I greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, so you're not ashamed to tell people that you're in the real estate business?
Oh my gosh, are you following my social media? No, you know that I'm a realtor.
You know, here's why I say that. I think one of the things we talk about within Coldwell Banker is CB9, as we talked about. You know, take a listing and do these 9 different things, and the feedback sometimes is, I can't do that with my sphere of influence 9 different times. But the reality is, if you don't, you're going to be a secret agent. You're not telling people you're a performer in the business. You're just telling them that, hey, I'm in the business, but not necessarily performing.
I agree, and people want to know your success, because then they're proud of you anyway. They trust you and like you, so they will want to know that you're succeeding.
Trust and like. Sound familiar from my Miami peeps? I always talked about that. We had 65,000 realtors in Dade and Broward County. Here we have 45,000, still a large number. Customers have a choice with whom they're going to work with, and they're going to choose to do business with people that they like and they trust. Right?
That's true.
Talk to me about the listings. What are you doing to get? It's super. Oh my God, super tight listing market right now.
It's very tough. It's tight. It's tight. But you just keep the word out there. You are a resource for people. You have the tools. Coldwell Banker certainly has the tools. So you've got my level of knowledge and expertise and guidance, and then you've got the power of the Coldwell Banker marketing machine, and it makes sense when people are ready to list, and you have to tease them a little bit with your marketing, with your farming, or however you're reaching to people. Let them know this is the time. This is the time. Let me in there and talk to you.
I'm curious because I know when Shelly, who's the sales manager for Flower Mound, rockstar sales manager, and she touts your success all the time, right? And
I pay her.
You pay her the $20 and buy her a lot of coffee. Shelly, I know the secret now. So in 2019, you did a certain amount of business, and in 2020, you went to another level, and that's when you joined Coldwell Banker. How much did your business go up? I'm curious.
My business quadrupled.
Quadrupled.
It quadrupled. Yes, it did, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm blessed beyond belief. Yes.
That's right. Rockstar. All right. Talk to me about listings. So how are you getting the listings today? The listings that you're getting, who are they?
Right now, I can tell you I'm in preparation on a couple that will be coming on in a couple weeks, and they're referrals or website or based on my other listings. It's random. It's random. I have a colleague that's calling me, and then someone that met me through probably advertising for another listing. So you put the information in, keep your database. That's number one, is your database. Keep them in your database and don't forget about them. That's right. And then just keep marketing to them.
That's right. Well, and that's one of the great things about Coldwell Banker, right? Clients for life, market reports, listing concierge when you get the listing, doing all that good stuff.
No question.
There you go. All right, talk to me about buyers. What are you doing to get your buyers' offers accepted? Because just so you guys can understand real quick. Well, I'm going to give Patty a break to think about that. So I had lunch yesterday with an agent in South Lake. Now she's gotten like 3 listings in South Lake alone in the last month. These are $1 million plus properties. One was 800 something. The other 2 were over $1 million. 1.5 million went active today. The other 2, $1 million, had 13 offers on it. Highest one was for 1.185 million, so almost 20% more. The other one was like 8 and change and went under contract for over $1 million. Multiple. I think she had like 20 offers on that one. So what are you doing? I mean, you're competing against some crazy offers coming down right now. So what are you doing?
It's tough. I'll tell you. You're right. It is very difficult. I was just telling Samuel Sandoval is on my team now, a new agent that he's working with buyers now, and is feeling the same thing. It's a crapshoot. It's not always price. It's not always price. You do have to talk about every layer of the contract, closing time, lease back, release of
option period,
everything. You have to look at every nuance. That's why it's super important to know your contract. I mean, you can't just wing it. You have to know your contract and know your clients and what their abilities. Talk to their lender and have great communication with the listing agent. that's a plus, I think.
There you go. So what you're trying to say is your reputation in the marketplace definitely matters.
I think it helps. It helps, but it doesn't always win the buy. That's for doesn't always win. Doesn't always win. No.
Now, one of the things that I want to talk about with you is your involvement in the community. So one of the ways that you've been able to, a common denominator that I know you left out on purpose because we were going to circle back to it at some point, was the community involvement. What are you doing specifically in Flower Mound to not only help the community but help your business too, right?
Yeah, 100%. I am in all the markets. I've always had a hashtag, live here, work here. Super important to be involved in the community, not only for your business, but just personally to know and feel what's going on. Right now, I'm thrilled to be a presenting sponsor of the Keep Flower Mound Beautiful trash pickup and recycle event. It's the cleanup pickup. So I am sponsoring 2 mobile shred units, which obviously identity theft it's really a serious concern. So that'll be Saturday, April 10th from noon to 1 at Flower Mound High School. But in the past, I've always sponsored mobile shred events. It's a great way to meet people, and it gives back. And I've also done some denim drop-offs for some homeless shelters. People love to give. People love to help. People love to get involved. So I find that it makes me feel good. I like it.
And it's interesting you say that because if you look at some of our other top producers across the Metroplex, they're somehow in one way, shape, or form involved in the community. I can think of the Live Local group in our Lakewood office, super involved. And you're right, that does play a role. Last question, actually, second to last question.
Okay.
So you've been in the business 2006, a couple breaks in between. Cool. If you can go back to yourself in 2006 and say, Patty, take this piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say, again, and it's pretty boring, I would say database initially and make sure it's good. And I would just say be yourself, be personable and take the job seriously. It is a career, it is a job, and don't just cut corners.
That's right.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I just, prior to this, I was in a one-on-one coaching meeting, and we did one earlier in the year, and I've done at this point now, this year alone, over 200 coaching sessions, one-on-one, and meeting with an agent from EXP, joined us, made almost $150,000 in her first year in the business. And one of the basic things was, I asked, how's the database? And it's amazing to know how many people are very successful in the business, but yet the database isn't there. And that's one thing that Patty's right. If you can get that database together, that's your foundation for your success. All right, last question. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. I always end it, and I always joke because I have a mentor, Emmett Logan, who's an amazing guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. And one interview, I missed this question. Sorry, I got a little, because Emmett means a lot to me. He goes, Alex, you forgot to ask this one question.
Okay.
So the question is a book, podcast, or TED Talk recommendation for the audience.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Told you we didn't prepare.
All right. Well, let's see. Podcast. Well, it's not very businessy.
It's okay.
But I do like the true crime, the crime ones. I like those.
Wait, hold on. True crime. So which one do you listen to?
It's I can't remember the name of it, but it's on my phone. But it's narrated by one person and her producer, the two women.
Is one named Tabitha Kane?
I can't remember, but I love it. I love that.
When we're done, we're going to look that up, because if it's Tabitha Kane, she is one of our friends that we met through, my wife met through tennis, and now we've become friends of the couples, and they just picked up from California and moved here.
Maybe that's her, but I'm totally addicted to ID, crime TV. Okay. I mean, it's like a sickness, but it's awesome.
Oh, actually, one of my favorite shows is The First 48.
Another fist bump. Another one. Yes, I'm with you 100%.
All right. Yes. So, Patty, you and I know each other so well, and we're just going back. Is there anything I missed?
I don't think so. First of all, everybody feeds off your energy, so that certainly helps. I don't think so. I think you got it all.
Well, you crushed it. I'm going to go and turn the camera off. Any parting words for the audience? And by the way, if you're ever considering working with a realtor, you may want to consider Patty, because she's phenomenal, and there are energy providers and energy drainers in this world. Patty is absolutely an energy drainer.
Energy drainer?
No, energy. Did I say that?
You did. It's okay. You can tell right now. It's
energy provider. Sorry, that was a thought. I was already thinking of my next question.
It's genetic.
Energy provider, definitely not an energy drainer. That's funny, and we got that live on camera. How do they find you?
Oh my gosh, pattysheets.com, 832-585-3739. I have social media, Instagram, Facebook. Find me anywhere. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to collaborate. So hit me up.
There you go.
Thanks.